Okay, so I listened to the blue video, and that shit was boring, man. I'm sorry. So let's try to make this one a little less dull. So starting off the green today is going to be Age. This is also the Gundam series that I'm currently watching as well. I really liked the introduction last set and was hoping for a little more than what we got in this set. But without wasting more time, let's start with Gundam Age 2 Normal. It is a level 5 cost 4 unit with during pair enemy units choose this rested unit as their attack target if possible when attacking. And when linked, place 1 EX resource. It is a 4/4 and Earth Federation H system trait and links with Osamu Asunu. Being paired as a requirement for a soft lock isn't bad, and as we know, I love me some soft pairs. And when linked, you get an EX resource. Not bad. Not the best either, but at least we got Osamu, which I will be talking about after the age units. Next up is the G Bouncer level 4 cost 3 unit with when you place an EX resource, choose one of your H system units, it gains high maneuver during this turn. This unit can't be blocked. And is a 4/3 Earth Federation trait and an Earth Federation link. I do like how Age revolves around the EX resources, and you can get this one to go off by linking the H2 we were just talking about. Deploy Bouncer, deploy H2, link with Osamu, get an EX base, Bouncer effect goes off, and you can give high maneuver to H2. You can also, along with Asunu's, link this to Amuro. Following that is going to be Gundam Age 1 Flat. So this one is the one that Flit pilots in Asunu's arc, since Asumu pilots the H2, and it is a level 4 cost 2 unit Earth Federation H system trait, Asano family link trait, and 4/3. Just another green Earth Federation vanilla. The 2 cost isn't bad, and it can link with both Osamu and Flit, so that's not too bad either. Lastly, we have the super pilot himself, Osamu Asano. Level 4 cost 1 pilot with burst. Add this card to your hand. During link, if this is an H system unit, it gets AP +1 and breach 1. Earth Federation Asano family trait, AP +2, HP +1. I do like that he's a level 4 with +2, unlike his dad, who is a +1/+1, level 3. Obviously, he's going to have the Osamu family trait, but with that, he can link with Gundam Age 1 normals, so out the gate, he can link with 5 Age units, 2 currently released and 3 being released in Set 3. The Earth Federation trait gives him the last link with G-Bouncer as mentioned earlier. Eventually, I'd like to make a video or a list or something that has all the pilots and all the potential links, like here have all the units currently that have an Earth Federation link and that Flit and Osamu can link to. I don't know, just spitballing. But overall, I think the age support this time around is a little lacking so far. I might change my opinion after some testing, but for now, it doesn't really feel like it adds too much. But that makes sense since there is still one more arc left to release support for, so hopefully with Kyu's support, the Asano family will feel cohesive enough to at least be half a deck, and finish it off with whatever color, maybe purple. Spoiler alert, the purple cards synergize with X-Runners a lot more this time around, which includes Flit. So there might be some fun to have there since we have, I believe, 4 X-Rounder pilots now, 3 in purple and 1 in green. Moving on to CB, we got this trait's introduction with the starter decks that were just released. Despite being very pilot heavy, the deck ran really well. Actually felt like a deck and not 2 archetypes jammed together for lore's sake. Looking at you, Wings of Advance. Starting with Gundam Curios, which by the way, the alt art, sick. Anyways, level 5, cost 3 unit, during link and during your turn when the unit destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, deal 1 damage to all enemy units that are level 3 or lower. CB, GN drive traits, and it links with Alleluia Haptism, AP 5, HP 3. This makes the 3rd level 5 of the traits. I actually really like its link effect. I'm a big fan of blanket damage like that, and at level 5 and your only restriction is level 3, I think that's a pretty good trade-off. It's going to weaken some blockers and hit most of the aggro. It's not a board wipe, but it's also not 0, so I like it. Next for CB is going to be Gundam Dynamis. Level 5, cost 3 unit, breach 3, CBGN drive traits, links to lock on Stratos, AP 4, HP 4. So first off, I love breach 5 and 3. I believe that those are the most impactful until we get a breach 6. Breach 3 being the only effect it has is not terrible. Lock on as a pilot in my opinion is very good. When paired, if this is a CB unit, it may choose an active enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this unit as its attack target during this turn. Curious and enemies are the first level 5s in the green half of the deck, so that raises the ceiling for lock-on as a pilot and gives this unit the ability to attack an active unit that may not be a problem right now, but might be the next turn. Obviously, lock-on being a paired effect means that it can pair with the purple half of the deck, which at this point in time, the biggest purple unit is Exia Transam, but we can discuss that in the purple video. Finishing off the green CB support is Gundam Curios, Tail Unit Flight Mode. Level 3, cost 3 unit. While you have a CB Link unit in play, this card in your hand gets cost -1. CB GN drive traits, and links with the haptisms. I'm not going to say their names again, or ever, if they're paired like that, by the way. AP3, AP4. With the amount of pilots this deck has, I don't really see being able to link as a problem. You might not want to run 4 of these so you don't see them too early, but having the potential to be a level 3 2 cost with 3 AP and 4 HP isn't bad. So far the cost reduction in hand effects aren't the greatest, unless they're drastic like Unicorn Destroy mode. If that wasn't in a better archetype, I think it would be busted. But yeah, I don't outright hate the card, but I don't see it being a necessity in the deck with all the other options you have, unless you're really fiending for a Haptism trade link. Transferring on to Clan now, they are getting the little 2-1 that could. Zaku Force Snake Eyes Yeti GQ. Level 2, cost 1, Clan trait, AP2, HP2. So this is just Clan's version of Jim and all his relatives. Which is great because Clan is really self-contained, so the more Clan the better. Following that mouthful of a name unit, we have MAV Tactics. Level 6, cost 4 command, main, deploy 1 rested G-Quux Mega Saikamu, Clan AP3 HP2 unit token, and 1 rested Red Gundam Clan AP2 HP3 unit token. Looks like they really want to make tokens a thing, and I'm not completely against it. More board presence is always good for the deck it does it for. This being a level 6 cost 4 makes me think it might be a little too expensive for the 2 rested units that quite frankly aren't that strong. Corsica remains unbeaten in terms of token production and value. Regardless though, the meat of the clan support is in red this set, so we'll have more discussion on that video. Continuing on to the main trait that is being introduced in green this set, Camphor comes in as our very first unit with Burst. Level 4, cost 3 unit, Burst, choose 1 Cyclops Team pilot card from your trash, add it to your hand. When paired, Cyclops Team pilot, all your Cyclops Team units may choose an active enemy unit with 5 or less AP as their attack target during this turn. The Xeon Cyclops Team trait, links with Mikhail Kaminsky, AP4, HP3. So this is really cool to me. I would joke around with my friends in my playgroup about wanting a unit with Burst, but I didn't think we would get one, or at least not in set 3. The fact that this also grabs a pilot on Burst is amazing. There are currently only 2 ways to get pilots back from the trash, and one is locked to purple, and the other is locked to specific paired pilots. Other than command pilots and aerial rebuild, once a pilot is gone, it's gone. So this will at a glance, being the only Cyclops card we've seen right now, the trade is off to a strong start. Also being able to attack units that are stronger than it active when paired is great. 2 things I love, Burst and paired effects. Based on this card alone, I definitely want to mess with Cyclops Team. Let's see how we feel after going over the rest. So second one up is Zaku 2 FZ, level 2, cost 2 unit. When paired, if there are 4 or more Cyclops Team cards in your trash, deploy 2 rested Add Balloon Civilian AP0 HP1. This unit cannot be set as active or paired with a pilot unit tokens. While you have a unit with Add Balloon in its card name in play, this unit can't receive enemy battle damage. Neon Cyclops Team traits. Links with Bernard Wiseman, AP1, HP2. Not a big fan of cost 2 at level 2, but it's not bad. It does offer immediate protection on deploy. If you have enough to link it, you can start being aggressive immediately. The ad balloons are interesting. I'll have to watch War in the Pocket to understand that. But it's currently unique that these tokens can't be set as active or paired. They're literally just there to be shields, which in the early game will give you space to really start getting ahead. Still feeling positive about Cyclops. Third member of the team coming in as Hygog. Level 3, cost 2 unit. When linked, if you have another Cyclops Team unit in play, deploy 1 rested Cyclops Team AP2 HP1 unit token. Xeon Cyclops Team traits, links with a Cyclops Team trait pilot AP3 HP2. Not bad, not great, but it really shines more when linked, and the fact that it links with anyone makes this effect so much easier to go off. Looks like Cyclops Team is going to be the token deck that I thought Triple Ship Alliance was going to be. Number 4 with Zegok E. Level 3, cost 2 unit, vanilla Xeon Cyclops Team traits, Cyclops Team trait link, AP3, HP3. So I like this one's stats better than Hygog, but the GOG gives me a token, so there's that. And this one is just a vanilla, no effect, but it can link, and I love me a vanilla that can link. Not really much more to say about the units. I think they're solid. Let's see how the pilots can make or break them. Starting off with the lowest level pilot so far, including the command pilot, I believe, Bernard Wiseman. Level 2, cost 1. Burst, add this card to your hand. Increase this unit's AP by an amount equal to the number of Cyclops Team pilot cards / command cards with unique names in your trash. AP plus 0, HP plus 1. So this one is interesting. It's a link pilot for Zaku too, so what I found interesting is that it wants you to play the commands. So far the only other trait that encourages heavy commands is Academy and White, until we get Green Soletta and see what she can do. Excited for that one. So right now, looking a little ahead, we have 2 commands and 2 of the pilots mentioned within the units. So if we're playing everything, Bernard can increase the AP by a total of 4, making Zaku 2 AP 5. That's not bad, but let's see how the last pilot and the commands measure up. Second pilot is Mikhail Kaminsky. A fun fact, I know a girl with the last name Mikhail, and another girl with the last name Kaminsky. This man has 2 last names. Also, I thought Gundam was children at war. This homeboy looks older than my dad. But anywho, level 4 costs 1 pilot, burst, add this card to your hand, attack, choose one of your Cyclops team traits, team units. It gains breach 1 during this turn. Zeon Cyclops team traits, AP 2, HP 1. Honestly man, anything that gives anything breach, I'm a fan of. If simultaneous fire aka Troa was better, I would throw him in anything I could. Actually, I do actively throw him in anything green I play. He doesn't stay, but he's in there for a second. What's cool about Mikhail though is that it's not a when paired, but an attack. So as long as he's under something, anything, the unit he's piloting, if it's Cyclops or another Cyclops team unit, will get breach. So you can swing into the base with Mikhail as a pilot, then choose one of your stronger or disposable Cyclops, and have that take out something or crash into something and take out a shield, and rinse and repeat. If you have him piloting Bernard's unit, the Zaku 2, as long as you have the balloons out, this unit is pretty safe to give whatever you want breach. Just add another level of annoyance to your opponent. Onto the commands. Over the river and through the woods. The names of these things, I swear. Level 4 costs 1 command. Main, choose one enemy that is level 5 or lower, deal damage to it equal to the number of friendly tokens in play. Pilot, Hardy Steiner, Zeon, Cyclops Team trait, AP 1, HP 1. The effect is pretty nuts. You can easily have 3 tokens in play at any given time and still have a free spot for another unit. I mean shit, if you really wanted to be bad, you could play MAV tactics and get 5 tokens and deal 5 damage to whatever. But let's come back down to the real world. Being able to deal up to 3 damage to whatever isn't bad. And he's a pilot as well that you can put under the 2 generic links. As already mentioned, I haven't watched War in the Pocket, but the characters make me want to, not gonna lie. How Many Miles to the Battlefield is the most base card I've seen, for reasons. Level 3 cost 1 command. Main, deploy 1 High God Cyclops Team AP2 HP 1 unit token. Pilot, Gabriel Ramirez Garcia. Zeon Cyclops Team AP1 HP 1. Latino in the mix, let's go! Tequila Gundam 1. Bandai, I promise you it's not racist. Anyways, I definitely spoke too soon on Over the River. I try to look at these kind of blindish to try and avoid any bias, so I didn't know we had more token generators. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna mess with Cyclops Team for sure. Easy, cheap, active unit tokens, I'm there. Now watch the base get a generated token as well. Cyclops Team. Love the name. Level 4 cost 1 base, burst, deploy this card, deploy, add one of your shields to your hand. All friendly unit tokens get AP plus 1 during your opponent's turn. Zeon Cyclops Team, trait, AP 0, HP 5. Neat. Increased AP on your opponent's turn is definitely something I have been quietly waiting for. A lot of things increase AP only during your turn, but doing it during your opponent's turn keeps your units a threat. Granted, the tokens this trait generates with the in-house cards aren't the strongest, and 2 of them you can't even use to attack, but it still makes them stronger than they were, and it makes the balloons deal some chip damage if your opponent has to swing into them. Also, if you play 2v2, you can drop this after Corsica and make the Tall Geese AP 5. Just an idea. Is it a good idea? Probably not, but it's an idea nonetheless. I'm going to skip the last batch of traits because I want to save the best for last. Bridge Crew is the only generic green card we're getting in this set, and by generic in this case I mean not built for a specific deck. Level 4 costs 1 command, burst, add this card to your hand, main, choose one friendly unit. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit that has no pilot with it as its attack target. So, I have mixed feelings about this one. On one hand, I love that it has burst, but on the other, I'm not a fan of it being limited to a unit that isn't piloted. But on another hand, it has no level restriction, so that has a lot of possibilities. You could throw it on one of your big units and take out a big unit that your opponent put out in preparation for next turn and take it out before it becomes a problem. It's too early to pass judgment on this one yet for me, so I'm going to leave it open-ended. It could be good, it could be bad. We shall see. Also, it doesn't have any AP or HP requirements either, so you have free range to swing into anything as long as it's not paired. So let's finish the green section with the units that I've been wanting to talk about all video. Start off with the big boy himself, Ultron. So level 8, cost 6 unit, breach 5, attack. Choose one enemy unit with blocker, deal 5 damage to it. G team trait, Chang Wufei Link, AP 5, HP 6. So off the rip, it's level 8, pretty steep, but it's still only a 6 cost. So you can link it immediately and still have either an extra resource or keep your EX if you want. Wu Fang really just is the anti-blocker. I love it. Getting into the actual detail of this card though, that Breach 5 really gives your opponent some hesitation about blocking anything, because it's really going to take out almost any base your opponent wants to hide behind. Unless they're also playing green or red, they don't have a base that can survive Breach 5. Also, along with that, you have that 5 damage effect on attack, and the way Gundam is ruled on attack effects happen well before the attack has to go through. So you can get rid of their only blocker before it has a chance to even block. Linked with Wu Fei, it also grows into a 7/7. That's going to survive a lot of things, so it can swing pretty haphazardly if it wants. If paired with white, you even have the possibility of AP reduction with Unforeseen and Freedom Gundam to 3 AP and swing over for free if linked to Wu Fei. Something else that I personally want to do is pair it with purple to give 4th form its time to shine. So, side tangent, I think suppression is the strongest yet weakest keyword simply because a base and a blocker stops in its tracks, unlike anything else. I could go more in detail, but we can save that for another video. So with this one and Shenlong and Fatal Strike, I think we can build a deck that can disrupt any and all blockers and let suppression finally shine. It's going to be a task because of the levels, but I don't know, I'll think of something. Either way, I'm really excited to get my hands on this one. Oh, another thing you can do is throw Bridge Crew onto this as well, since it's big and is only limited to non-paired. And if they're non-paired, then they didn't swing. Just an idea. And moving along with the next G-Team unit, we have Gundam Death Scythe Hell. Name, badass. Art, pretty badass. Effect, level 8 cost 7 unit. Deploy, choose one of your Operation Meteor G-Team units. During this turn, it may choose an active unit as its attack target. G-Team trait, links to Duo Maxwell, AP 6, HP 5. So like, I don't know, man. Maybe I was expecting some more first strike shenanigans, or a form of ramp, or I don't know. I haven't watched the show to completion, so I really don't know what makes this Death Scythe special, but with the base one, we got something pretty decent for a time, and this one, I just think that for its effect, it's too expensive. Granted, it does give blanket attack targets, but I think this is made for more top-heavy meta, which we currently don't have right now. By level 8, things are close to finishing, not just getting started. I do think this has potential in the future, maybe once we get even stronger mid-range units so that board control is the more central theme of the game, and once we can get to our level 8s and higher units, we can start establishing control and things aren't ending by level 8. Because at this point, I'll just play Bridge Crew to be honest. As it looks funny, I'm not gonna lie. So short and clunky. But Gundam Sandrock, custom, level 6, cost 5 unit. Enemy units choose one of your rested Maganet Corpse units as their attack target if possible when attacking. G-Team. Links to Ketra Ribara Winner, AP 5, HP 4. It looks like fun. I like Sandrock, and we just need better Maganet Corpse units. Corp? Whatever. And I know we're getting more in this set, one more, but I just don't see that being enough. But I do like that in this set we're introducing more attack control. The way this reads, I don't think it falls under the ruling with H2, which is that you get to choose who the enemy attacks if you have two H2 units in play. I would assume with Sandrock, they just choose one of your Maganacs. But I'm not really looking for a lock in this deck. I just want to swarm the field with Sandrock and protect the base with and shield with custom. Also, pilot cats for a win. While on the topic, we do get Auda's Maganac this set. Level 3 cost 2, attack. If you are attacking an enemy unit, this unit gets AP plus 2 during this battle. Maganac Corpse Trait, Maganac Corpse Trait Link, AP 2, HP 3. I don't mind this card for what it is. Getting an AP boost when attacking an enemy unit is really cool, but because it's Maganac and I was just bitching about Maganac, I'm going to say that it's a little lackluster. I feel it would have been better if it gave a Maganac unit AP plus 2 or another green unit AP plus 2, or just give me another Maganac in general. Unfortunately, because Sandrock, I think that the Maganac quirks are going to have to intentionally stay as small and low basic effects. The Heavy Arms family is also a little family of blocker haters. Gundam Heavy Arms Custom level 6 cost 5. During your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, deal 2 damage to all enemy units with blocker. G-Team trait, links with Troa Barton, AP 4, HP 5. This isn't the worst thing for a level 6 cost 5, I guess. Although Wing is a level 6, cost 4, and has Breach 5 naturally, and can attack standing units. But that's the point, I guess. I'm not gonna lie though, I don't think it would be the worst idea to put this in my Ultron deck, just because it gives me a level 6 that hates blockers, and I can run Simultaneous Fire for Troa and give Breach to some other units, or increase their Breach to break the level 6 bases out there. This definitely doesn't make me as excited as Ultron did, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna try it just so I can say I did. Also, see, I try to throw Troa into everything that I possibly can. Didn't take long for me to prove myself right. But speaking of level 6 bases, we have Peace Million. Level 6 cost 1 base. Burst, deploy this card. Deploy, add one of your shields to your hand. Once per turn, during your turn, when a friendly Operation Meteor / G-Team unit that is level 6 or higher destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, that friendly unit may recover 2 HP. G-Team Worship trait, AP 0, HP 6. So green yet again with another 6 HP base. And this one has an effect. This one I think is in that gray area. The effect I think is amazing, but the level holds me back. But when you put it in a few scenarios, it does look very good, because it heals all the G-Team units that we have so far. The lowest level ones are level 6, and it does heal Wing and Death Scythe as well. So for example, you're at level 7 with the EX resource. Play Wing for 4, Link Hero for 1, play Peace Million for 1, get a shield, swing and kill a threat with Wing and heal 2. And you still have your EX resource. Not bad considering that Wing's biggest issue is that it takes damage. Yes, it can swing into an active enemy units that are level 4 and under, but then it dies next turn to gun tank, or close combat, or battle of aces, or a GM swinging into it, or whatever else is a minimal loss to your opponent. But healing the 2 could make a big difference because it would take it out of range from a lot of things. I'm going to play it for sure. It also helps with Heavy Arms Custom because that one is encouraged to also swing into units. But that's going to do it for the Steel Requiem green cards. With the set rapidly approaching this weekend, I'm going to have to pick up the pace to finish the rest of these colors before Friday. So look out for those. This video definitely came out way shorter than the blue one, but I think that's a good thing. Like I said, we're still trying to get into a groove, seeing what we like, seeing what I like, what you like, to like the 5 people that are watching so far. But yeah, anyways, I still don't have a unique quirky sign off that I'm happy with, so you'll have to do with see me next video.